Give me the bread. This week I was kind of in the mood for burgers, so I was looking up some burger recipe, but then I remembered that I'm lazy. So instead I'm going to be trying cheeseburger soup this time around. You can see we have a nice, super large variety of stuff going on this time. So this one is a little more involved than some of the other ones, but the good news is all of this only costs about $37.05, so it's not too extreme. I also found a few recipes that I like, so like some of my earlier ones, I am combining a few things together so that I can get something better out of all of them. The first change I made was, instead of doing the ground beef, I'm using the stir-fry steak cuts, just like I did for, my Tuscan chicken recipe, because that worked out really well. I'm going to attempt to cook these in the pan beforehand so that I can get most of the oil out. That way I don't suffer from that oily layer like in that dish. So other than that, let's go ahead and get started. I need to cut up the vegetables and then we are ready to cook the beef. Bread. A couple more notes. I bet you're wondering what all this bread is for. I'm actually going to attempt to cut these out and make little mini bread bowls for them, so that'll end up nice if it works. I've never done that before, so I guess I'll find out. I'm also using Velveeta for the first time. I thought I could try out and see how that works in this dish, because it does make like cheesy stuff a lot more consistent and less grainy like normal cheese does, so we'll try that out. Let's see, first up, got to cut up some celery. Okay, not to sound dumb, but how do you peel a celery stalk? The good news is I didn't really have to cut up the carrots, because I found that they sell them in little bags of matchsticks, as they're called. So I just chopped them up a little more so that we have some smaller pieces, but that was a lot easier than trying to shred them myself. Other than that, we are now ready for the beef. So let's go ahead and do that. So cooking these up made them a bit firm. I'm hoping that they soften up when they cook in the slow cooker for about 8 hours. The good news is a lot of oil did come out of these, so it shouldn't be as oily as the Tuscan chicken one. Other than that, I think we are ready to go. So let's go ahead and start throwing everything together. Oops. That's it for now. We'll now cook this on low for 8 hours, and then at hour 7, we will put in both the cheeses and let it cook for that final hour. So I will see you later today. Whoosh. So a little bit late on the 7-hour mark, but we made it. We're ready to add the cheese in. I spent a little afternoon at the junkyard, and now I'm really sunburned, so that's why I got here kind of late. But the main difference between this one and some of the other recipes is that this one actually uses cream cheese to cut the soup with to make it a little thicker, or thinner, I don't know. Compared to some of the other ones that use milk, skim milk, heavy cream, half and half, and then they add flour in to kind of thicken it. So I thought this would be a better option. The only other difference is that this is my first time using Velveeta, and I do understand people not liking it because it is very concerning. This is like room temperature Jell-O. I don't know any type of cheese that's supposed to feel like room temperature Jell-O. It's kind of scary, but it doesn't taste bad, so I guess we'll find out. Let's go ahead and throw it in. Ow. Ooh, spicy. And with that, we finish it up. Now we cook it for the final hour. So besides that, I think I will get my bread bowls ready, or at least attempt to. So these are just regular dinner rolls that I found at the store. They're kind of soft, so I accidentally ripped the bottom out, but I packed all the leftover bread back in, and hopefully my soup doesn't spill out when I fill it in there. But I'd say this worked okay. I guess we'll find out. We're done. Now all I need to do is add in the toppings that I forgot to put out. So anyway, there's a million toppings that work for this. The three I went for are the croutons, the cheese, and the pickles. Not like it already has enough cheese in it, but you can never have too much cheese. So let's go ahead and see how we did. Looks like cheeseburger soup. Who would have thought? All right, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and throw it together. There we have it, cheeseborger soup. It looks pretty good. Kind of hard to see it underneath all those toppings that I put on there. And the bread bowl is kind of small, but it hasn't leaked out yet, so I think I did okay. All right, well, this smells really awesome, and I'm excited to try this. So I hope you enjoy. Feel free to try it out. You know, the usual deal. Modify it up however you want. Let me know how it did. And thanks for watching. Well, this one turned out really awesome. I liked it a lot. It was totally just like eating a cheeseburger, especially if you put the pickles on top. The pickles are really good, so I definitely suggest those for the toppings. I would say if you do like cheese, maybe don't use the Velveeta, because the Velveeta is kind of, it's not as flavorful as far as cheese goes, but it does melt a lot easier and it keeps the soup a lot more consistent. Let's see, maybe some more seasonings would be good for the actual dish too. Like maybe look up a burger recipe and see what type of seasonings they put in with the meat and just throw all those in. So maybe some onion, cayenne, whatever else. Maybe those two, the burger seasoning that I should have put in initially. Other than that, I don't know. This one was pretty good, so feel free to try it out.